here at Paris, a beautiful city. Now, let's get started with my presentation today. And before going on, introducing myself, I'm Gayathri Devi Srinivasan, working as a mobile developer at Degree, and I'm also a tech ambassador for Women Tech Makers Club, and I'm also a technical speaker and content creator. But your 13-minute long talk on text, only the text widget? Yeah, of course. So, have you been in the situation where you need to create a multilingual e commerce app which will include a text rather than being left to right to being right to left? And have you got to implement a social networking app which will generate user content with a distinct range of animations and custom fonts which will make it more attractive? Yeah, these are some of the challenges a developer will tend to face while they are in some intermediate level, or they tend to face based on their use cases. So we do have some quiz planned at the end. Be keen to the presentation. So getting started with text rendering. First of all, we should be I will go through the slides where you will get to know uh, like um, getting started with some basic example. Like we may all know Paris is a beautiful city, but what makes it beautiful? Like each and every unique places like Eiffel Tower and Seine River. So these stuffs are making it more beautiful and adding some range to the city. In the same way, these text and different kinds of text implementation, the components making the widget more attractive to match with the different use cases. So I will walk you through the methods and implementation available to utilize the text widget in more versatile way. So, getting started with how you can control text layout using a paragraph builder. So, you can utilize the usage of canvas based rendering for custom text layouts. While you are developing a long paragraph of text explaining about some tourist place or giving a bio of yourself in your resume, you can go with the usage of canvas based rendering. And you also can use text shaping for complex scripting in multilingual languages creation of applications. And you do use improved handling of bidirectional text views. What is the main usage of paragraph builder? So there will be more precise control over text layout and the styling of text, and you can efficiently handle the overflow, hyphenation and line breaking between the text. And you can also create multi-styling and multi-paragraph styling for each individual text component. So this will be in the middle of slides. I will show you a code snippet where it will demo the usage of the components. Yeah, it will like little bit shorter, but the implementation will be completely available in the repo, which will be finally shared to you during the conclusion of presentation. So here we have used paragraph builder in order to set the direction of text and to set the width of the text and to add ellipses if the text got to overflow. So by this way, we can use builder on our text. Next thing, so measuring and optimizing in order to like monitor the performance of each text rendering on our applications, because our application is completely made up of text components in most of the places rather than images or anything. Our application is completely filled with text. So how are we handling and optimizing the rendering process? So we should go with the approach of profile text rendering, and we need to initially identify the bottlenecks or the difficulties what we tends to face after the utilization of those widgets, and we also need to implement optimization of text. So for instance, we can utilize the usage of stopwatch to monitor how the text, in what time the text is getting rendered in an application. So this is a simple code snippet which shows the implementation of the same. Next, this was the major challenge faced by many developers nowadays, because many of them are using many applications with a bundle of data, but we don't have a specific method which will handle those efficiently. For example, to handle a set of 20,000 large e-commerce site data, we need to show them up. Just yeah, sorry for that. So we need to handle the large number of data, but in what way can we show them or display them to our application more efficiently without any flickering or text layout problems? The method which we can approach or follow is visualization and incremental rendering. So through these methods we can able to avoid the flickering and text layout issues. So this code snippet will give you a demo of how simply we can implement a visualization for a list of data sets which we want to use in our app. So, facing with complex layouts and custom handling, we can go with the approach of text shadows and utilize custom fonts and community libraries which are available more on our Flutter repositories. And we can combine text with rich media elements, layout strategies, and handle by handling input and performance considerations. We can able to utilize the text widgets in more complex way to create a user friendly and attractive UI interfaces. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. It's okay. Thank you. So, next, moving ahead with, everyone faces challenges on each and every implementation they are going to implement. Or how can we handle that? Like, we can go ahead with debugging and troubleshooting with some of the text issues. Like, for through this, we can handle text glitches happening in our applications by troubleshooting rendering glitches and layout problems. There are three elements which through which we can handle the text rendering issues, which are first Flutter dev tools and debugging techniques available. So first we need to identify what are the common causes for the text issues, and we need to look on that in a more precise way. So how can we enhance accessibility after minimizing this debugging challenges? So first we need to set automatic semantic annotations, and we need to expand on dynamic text scaling. So based on device sizes, the text scaling should be matched with the device configurations, and we need to address color contrast with new tools and the text collection and feedback. So this is a simple implementation which you can use semantic widget for embedding the text onto it to match with different devices. So enhancing accessibility through testing the accessibility, like using the Flutter dev tools, as I have told before, you can emphasize the automating testing process. And how can we handle complex text layouts? By using of enhanced text direction APIs, and we can text align using the text align and text direction for complex scripting, and using of adaptive widgets for layout flexibility. And we do also have the support for localization with our localization package available, and ARB files and generator for streamlined management of text in different languages, and Flutter Intel tools for efficient workflow. What is custom fonts and typography? Okay, we are utilized different languages to our app, but what how can we make it little more different? Not following a same font in complete or all the apps whatever we are creating. We do have to show some creativity in some gaming app and professional app. So through font and custom fonts and typography, we can able to achieve that. We do have web fonts and embedding, and we need to go with the process of dynamic font scaling and responsiveness, and kerning and ligatures, custom text rendering and shaders, accessibility considerations. So text animations and effects. We do have familiar with rich text animations, which will give text effects with shaders and gradients, and interactive text widgets like taking text along paths and curves. So we need to confirm with the thing before the development process that our text widget or whatever input we are giving to our application should be cross platform text compatibility. So font fallback mechanisms, text direction and localization process, platform specific text rendering differences, internationalization and character sets. These are some of the keynotes we need to be sure about that is properly implemented. So what are some of the best practices we can follow which will make the application more versatile and efficient? We need to go with separate text from UI elements using text widgets for easy localization process. Use clear and consistent naming conventions for translation keys, and employ pluralization and gender specific languages appropriately based on language rules. Consider using a localization management platform for collaboration and version control. So I will suggest some of the tryouts which you can give it a try, or you can directly go to the repo I have shared. There you will get to know get to know the code for the tryouts and the slides I have showed. So these are some of the tryouts you can give it a try, through which you can able to experiment different challenges from your text widgets. For example, try creating a simple app that displays a greeting message in different language based on the device locally, and build a text widget that animates the color or opacity when clicked by the user. Try to be implement a text widget that changes the background color of selected widget. So I have just gone through the walkthrough of what are the things available in Flutter, but you one should start implementing and experimenting on each stuff in order to get to know in depth way. So now it's time for quiz, and before that, take a note of this GitHub link. So you do have access to the code after our conference time. Okay. So now it's time for quiz. So you can directly scan the code, or you can directly go to the site and enter the code. Let's get started. So I think probably the first question is, imagine you are designing text layout for a map of Lowry Museum. For precise control over text placement and styling, which Flutter class would you use? Okay. going on to the next one. Okay. Next question. So, you are building an app to display the daily specials at a cozy cafe near Saini River. How can you efficiently handle text overflow and line breaking while ensuring optimal performance? I hope everyone got the next question. Imagine designing an app to showcase the artistic calligraphy at museum. Oh, it's 50-50. Okay. So here is the current leaderboard for the contest. So there are four more questions to be. You are building an interactive app for exploring which Flutter feature allows. Okay, okay. It's 50-50, 50-17. Okay, yeah. So the next question is on screen. Consider debugging text rendering issues can feel like navigating the streets of Marais district. Which of this is not a common cause of text rendering glitches? Okay. The next question. Making your app accessible is as important as ensuring everyone can enjoy the Eiffel Tower. Which Flutter Dev Tools feature can assist you in testing the accessibility feature? The final question. For a multilingual app that caters to tourists visiting Paris, which approach is recommended for managing text resources for different languages? The final one. Um, okay. Who is the Nico B? Great. He's the winner. And the second one to have the spotlight is free. Great. Okay. The winners can come over the stage and collect the swags. Yeah. The top two one. Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. And the bonus winner is Albert. Yeah. Congrats. And you can connect with me through my Twitter and LinkedIn handles for any queries on the code or any Flutter related queries. And thank you everyone for your time and making it more successful. And thanks to Flutter Connection for this opportunity. Thank you everyone. Bye.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the the quiz. It's super interesting to have this interaction, and also for the plushes. So for the plushes, by the way, we have to thank Flutter, which is that helps communities like ours, and they sent us the swag that Masahiro and Gayathri Devi gave you today. So yeah, very thank to the Flutter team and Google.
So maybe one question. So we have a question. What would be a good practice for text rendering testing for a large variety of devices? Do you have some tips?
Yeah. So actually, we do have the option to texting the text rendering or text display process for different devices in our Flutter Dev tools. Like while debugging your application, before like you are going into the profile mode testing or release mode testing, you can just on the debugging process test the display range of each text on the screens using your Flutter Dev tools options during your debugging process. That would be the best approach, I think.
And how to handle ARB translations to change the style of the arguments?
Okay, once. So you can dynamically pass the styles for each text widget which you are trying to pass it dynamically. For example, if the username is getting to be displayed only after signing up, so you can dynamically pass based on some condition the text styles to particular text widget. So through this way, you can like implement dynamic text styling.
Right.
Another question. So what would you consider the low-hanging fruits that every app should support from the start? So the minimum, like, that's the way I understand the question. Sorry if it's not that, but the minimum feature among all you said that is like the MVP of the text features.
The minimum consideration key points which we should be on mind before creating an application, considering only with the text widget is like the text scaling for different devices. It should be responsive. There should not be like text overflow for different screen sizes. It should be handled with like text overflow with ellipses or some random emojis to make it more attractive also. So, and the final point is like through dynamic styling. Like instead of passing all at once, we can go with the approach of dynamic text scaling and styling process, which will make the application more optimized.
And do you think you can use semantics to, for instance, improve the SEO on the web?
Yeah, for sure we can like use the go with the approach.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a personal question based on the text rendering. You talked about the text sizing.
Yeah. Right.
And which is the best way for you? Like if I have a big text and is it to do a overflow? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Is it to do a overflow or the container to maybe like if I have a container of a certain height and the text is too big, what is the best way to do an overflow or to make the container bigger?
Okay, so that should be a way. Like we do have the canvas rendering process through which through that approach we can able to get the text painter height of the widget. So based on the text height, the container will be dynamically expanding or shrinking its size so that we can handle it. For example, consider a circle. In the center of it, we are going to display a good afternoon message. So for tablet, the circle, like if the size of the text tends to be like little bigger, the circle will start to like increase its radius based on the text height. So based on the text painter height, we can like dynamically increase or shrink the size. So the canvas rendering approach will be better.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
very much
Gayathri.
indeed.
Yeah, and thank you all.